The North Sea is a graveyard of secrets. Beneath its churning gray surface lie stories that the living were never meant to hear. Rising from the depths like a rusted skeleton is Rig 47. It has stood silent since the winter of 1987. The official logs say it was evacuated due to structural failure, but the men who survived never spoke of it again. 2 weeks ago, a distress signal pulsed through the static. A frequency unused for over 30 years, we had to go back. Our vessel cut through the freezing spray as the rig grew larger, a dark mountain of iron against the horizon. The air grew heavy with the smell of old oil and something else, something metallic and cold. We reached the landing dock. The chains swung rhythmically in the wind, sounding like a slow, heavy heartbeat against the hull. Stepping onto the platform felt like entering a different era, the world of 1987 frozen in a state of decay. Inside, the emergency lights were flickering. They shouldn't have had power, yet they pulsed with a sickly orange glow. The silence was absolute, broken only by the groan of the structure shifting in the tide. We moved deeper into the main control deck. Coffee mugs still sat on desks, the liquid inside long since evaporated into dust. Then we heard it. Not a voice, but a vibration in the pipes, a rhythmic tapping that seemed to follow our steps. I thought I saw someone in the reflection of a dark monitor, a tall shadow that vanished the moment I turned my head. We found the logbooks. The last entry was dated November 14th. It simply read, "The water is rising from within." The whispers began shortly after. Faint, overlapping voices echoing through the ventilation shafts like a distant crowd. We descended to the lower levels, near the waterline. The air here was freezing, and the floor was slick with seawater. Our sonar equipment started glitching. It detected something massive beneath the platform, moving with a terrifying rhythm. The lights failed completely. In the beam of my torch, I saw a figure duck behind a bulkhead at the end of the hall. Panic set in. The whispers were no longer distant. They were right behind us, calling out names that weren't ours. We ran for the upper decks. The rig seemed to groan in protest, the metal screeching like a dying animal. I reached the deck and scrambled onto the boat. I didn't look back until we were miles away from that cursed place. It wasn't until I reviewed the footage that I realized how close the end really was. Look closely. Behind me, in the shadows of the crane, that wasn't a crew member. That was the rig's last inhabitant. Some things are better left forgotten in the deep. Subscribe before the tape disappears, and we'll see what's next.